When the road was broken, she chose not to break. Through the pain and the pressure, faith made a way. Sickle cell tried, but it couldn't steal her flame. She turned every trial into purpose and praise. Single mom strong, with Kobe by her side. Love is her strength, hope is her guide. This is a journey of faith. Watch her rise, grace in her story, fire in her eyes. From surviving to shining, no fear, no shame. When the road was broken, she chose not to break.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Sickle Cell Sunday. I am your host, Kayla Faith. I am so happy to have Miss Nurse Tina here with us. Thank you so much for being a guest speaker.
You're so welcome.
You guys, you have no idea because she was my pediatric nurse practitioner, hematology nurse practitioner. So it's so emotional to have her on my own podcast.
You just have no idea how emotional it is for me too.
So, Miss Nurse Tina, would you please tell me about yourself?
Oh my goodness, that could take all day. No, I'm just kidding. So for one, I've been a nurse. I'm telling my age now. I've been a nurse since '84. Can you believe that? But I've been a nurse practitioner since '95. And my first job was actually at Scottish Rite as a sickle cell nurse practitioner. Did it for 2 years, burned out, left my babies, left you guys. You weren't there yet, Kayla. And worked in primary care for 10 years.
Okay.
Totally bored. And when my son Kari was old enough to make a hot dog in the microwave at 12, I thought, you know what? My passion is sickle cell. So I reapplied for my same job with my same patients, and I came back in 2006 to Scottish Rite and stayed ever since. And now it's 2026. So you do the math. I've been there 20 years. So just taking care of my sickle cell babies for 20 years, you being one of them.
What drew you to hematology specifically?
Well, when I first became a nurse, it was in Augusta. And so the big draw in Augusta was the hematology oncology unit. And so most sickle cell nurse practitioners have been hematology oncology nurses. So I did that as a nurse, hung my chemo, hung my blood, did all the things. But the population that I was most attracted to was sickle cell. And so I started sort of emulating my nursing career around sickle cell. And from that point on, that's just sort of what I felt a passion for. I feel like it's my gift and my what's the word I'm looking for? It's my ministry, basically. So I know I'm going all over the place. I have to tell y'all a story. There's this it was a housekeeper at Scottish Rite. I want to say her name is Sandra. I can't remember, but she was an older lady, and she would be in the lobby of Scottish Rite, just talking to herself and saying verses, and God is good, just saying all the things. And I speak to everybody. I always have. That's how my mom raised me. So I was, passing her by. Hey, Miss Sandra, God is good all the time. Just saying her things. And then I got a little bit beyond her, and she went, "You have the gift." And I turned around. And I said, "What?" And she just kept talking to herself. And I lost it when I got beyond her, because I realized it was God speaking through her, saying that, I'm going to cry now, that I have the gift. And my gift is to give back to you guys. And that's what I do every day. That's what keeps me going every day. Just wanting to make a difference and hopefully prepare you to become successful adults.
And you definitely have. When I say come into your office and come into the doctor's office, of course, as a child, you don't realize how much it can be a mental compact it is. But coming to you made me realize, like, especially now, made me realize how much you are a hero to me. Like, you kept, I don't know, it's like I felt a peace. I felt happy. Like, it wasn't just, I'm coming for a transfusion, I'm coming to my doctor's appointment, I'm coming to see Nurse Tina.
Oh my goodness. Well, I really and truly appreciate that, Kayla. I mean, we don't know every day when we're there. I mean, I'll be honest, like today I'm off and I'm tired. I'm tired just from, taking care of some of the kiddos yesterday. And sometimes I think, do they even see what we're doing? Do you guys really understand how hard it is on us too? to try to make you better. And sometimes we feel like we're beating our heads against the wall. It's like, are we really making a difference? You know, yesterday I had one crying on me, basically saying, you don't understand, you don't have sickle cell, you don't understand what I'm going through. And I'm sitting here thinking, but I'm trying. I'm really trying to understand what you're going through, because only if I understand can I help you. And so that takes a toll on us as providers too. Not, you know, trying to make one better than the other, but just understand it's hard. It's hard for us as providers to take care of you guys, but we just keep going along and every day come back and, you know, just keep trying to make a difference, you know?
One thing that I definitely love is, of course, you don't know. I mean, you don't know, but you would try to take a step in our shoes.
Yes,
it's not like
exactly.
We're walking this alone. You have, like, you're right there, like, okay, you got to push through it. We got this. We're going to figure something out.
Exactly. Totally. I know. I mean, my mantra, everybody says, you know, we have a little board in our room, our provider room, just sayings that we say. And mine is keep going. Just keep going. No matter what, don't turn back. So tell Kendall, keep going. Can't come back, can't come back to children's. But no, but really keep going. And, you know, I had to tell, again, another one of my kiddos this week, you have sickle cell. Sickle cell does not have you. And you can't allow it to be the one in charge. You have to be the one in charge. And it's right now for her, it's so hard because it's like, I can't, I'm just tired, and I get it. You know, I'm like I told her, I said, I have high cholesterol and high blood pressure. I work out all the time. I eat salmon. I eat quinoa. Sometimes I eat church's chicken too, but I'm just saying I eat healthy thinking I'm going to be healthy forever. Well, I'm not. I had a thyroid taken out a few years ago. I had to go to surgery. I had to be put under, you know, the knife. And I'm like, oh, shoot, this is, you know, so I think about what you guys have gone through. So just know we all have journeys. But with this particular patient yesterday, I told her, I said, you have the power. Sickle cell does not. And so I'm hoping those messages will some kind of way sink in, and this person will start to become the strong woman that you have become.
That's kind of where my dream lies, is actually to come back to CHOA and to talk to the next generation and tell them, I get it. I'm in your shoes. I've walked those same mountains that you're trying to climb.
I know. Yeah, exactly. And it's, you know, and that may be, you know, an idea. I mean, my goal into retirement, I really feel like I need to do something. You know, we think about all of the almost young adults, the older teenagers, but especially my ladies, my girls. I feel like something's missing because, and you have to, you know, I know this is your podcast and you're going to ask me questions. I'm going to ask you questions too. It's like, you have to help us as providers understand. It's like when young women get to around 16, 17, and their pain, like I know you were on, you know, transfusion, so maybe not the same for you, but I think Kendall had it from time to time, but the pain becomes relentless, like every single day. And the medicines we use only sort of, I guess, buffer the pain. It doesn't really, it doesn't make the pain go away. So for these girls to say, okay, we've done this for a week and a half now. We can't be on IV anymore. We gotta figure it out. And here to be able to become strong enough to say, I can fight through this pain and go to my job, or fight through this pain and take care of a child. I'm trying to figure out, how do I teach my older adolescent girls especially to do that? Because they're just like, I can't. And it's like, you can't stay in a hospital for 3 weeks. I mean, so we're trying, we feel like we're crippling them by allowing them to stay as long as they do, because it's not real. It's not real life. And so how do we help them help themselves is my question to you.
What I have learned was I'm okay to break. I'm okay to just shatter. I'm okay to cry. It's because can't nobody stop me from doing that, because nobody else feels the pain that I'm in. But to have that village beside me is kind of what helped me. Like my family, my sister, my dad, my mom, some of my friends, just to have them to cheer me on.
Okay. And that's, most of them have that. They have family and the family members, the mothers especially, are very supportive. But when is it time to stop babying and start advising? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I mean, I still baby my grown children without sickle cell, so I get it, but
that one is actually hard for me to answer because, with my mom coming in, so, at 5 years old, my mom will force me to be in these hospital rooms talking to y'all, like listening. And so I had to hear the stuff, like, and knowing about my sickle cell, knowing about pain crisis and strokes and stuff. So my mom, for my parents, they didn't coddle. It was, you need to hear this, because once you get out of age, you're on your own. Of course not really, but this is going to be your lifestyle. You have to learn now at 5, 6, 7 years old, so that when you turn 15, 16, 17, you know how to come into this doctor's appointment by yourself and talk to your doctor, and how to, be strong for yourself.
Yeah. Right.
So
and
it was
kind of hard. But it's hard. And, it's not just transitioning to adult care, it's transitioning to adult disease. Yes. And it's a whole, and that's not my strong point. I don't know adult sickle cell. So I feel like we're kind of at a loss because we don't really know how to transition the disease process. And we're only doing an okay job with transitioning to a center. And, Grady really being the mecca in Atlanta for adult sickle cell. I don't really know. I mean, we have other centers who may have hematologists or oncologists who care somewhat for sickle cell. But I mean, what's your experience? I know you talked about being in Florida, but here in Atlanta, is that your go-to pretty much?
Yeah, Grady? I go to Grady. I try to self-medicate, Medicare, Medicaid at home for pain crisis and stuff, because Grady's gonna give you the realism of being an adult. And like, of course, it's they don't, of course, if you bring your parents, you bring whatever, they're not going to talk to them. Most times they're going to tell them to stand outside. So it's, you're in pain. And of course, like for myself, there's been times where I did have to go to the hospital and I'm hurting so bad where I can't even talk. I'm just crying. Man, we can't help you until you say something. And it's been that way. Like, it's that type of reality that makes me realize I have to advocate for myself. Because if I don't, and I can't have my parents or my guardian to talk for me, I have to learn how to do it. So another thing that I learned to do is to make a sickle cell chart. If I can't speak up for myself, at least you know what I'm allergic to. Like, I can't, like, if I say I can't take Dilaudid, it makes me sick to the stomach. So give me morphine. Or so I just make a checklist and I will hand it to them. I'm in a sickle cell pain crisis, or even get a what is it called, a board where you can write it. Where's your pain level? Was it a 10? All right, so that means we need to go to the, like, that's the way I kind of push myself when I know that things is going, when sickle cell is trying to overcome me, but I have to overcome it.
Right, exactly. Like, how long do you stay in the hospital as an adult? Like, if you had to be admitted, like, for pain?
For me, the longest I've been in the hospital was maybe a week. Yeah, it's been about a week or a week and a half.
Okay, but typically, what do you hear as far as the length of stay in the hospital? Is it shorter for the most part? For most people,
they'll let you go once you start feeling when your pain is manageable. If they're like, all right, can you manage this at home? Yes. All right, you can go ahead, go. We're going to discharge,
but not pain free and not. But I'm not a 5 yet, kind of thing.
There's been times, no shade for Grady, but there was a time where when I had, so actually in 2023, I've had 2 blood clots in my heart. But I had it, and then it came back in October, and I knew that feeling because I already had the blood clot in my heart, and I knew the feeling. And I went up to Grady and I said, "Hey, I have a blood clot in my heart." And they said, "No, you don't. It's probably just a pain crisis." And I said, "No, it's not a pain crisis." And they did, did give me pain medication, morphine, but I was like, it's not painful. It's not really painful. Of course, it's uncomfortable now that I know the pain that I'm in, but you got to realize I drove myself here. So anyway, fast forward the story. They gave me morphine. And then they gave me, when I was about to get discharged, they gave me some Benadryl and said, "All right, you can go ahead home since your pain is manageable." And I was still in the sickle cell care unit. I wasn't like in the ER or anything, but it was a matter of hours.
Wow. 24 is the 24-hour part of Grady?
Yeah, the 24. Yeah.
Okay.
But they let me go within, I want to say, 5 to 7 hours. There's like, it's a pain crisis. A pain crisis. I said, "No, it's not." Then they finally checked the scans and realized I had another blood clot in my heart, so I had to come right back.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe they let you go. But I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. But you advocated for yourself, right?
Yes.
And otherwise, you could have just said, "Well, okay, it's pain. I'll just go home and don't do any scans," but you advocated for yourself.
And so I'm proud of you. I can say Showa had taught me to speak up for myself. Now, Miss Tina, don't judge me, but I'd be ready to cuss a nurse out if I don't get the care that I know I deserve.
You know what? I totally get it. I understand. And now you see, sadly, I mean, you're getting older. Some of the nurses are younger than you. So, and they may not know what they may not know. So you have to be your advocate for yourself, and you're doing that. So I feel good. Yay. Because that's what we want, to make you guys champions. We want to make you self-aware, and we want to make it where you represent AFLAC in the best way. So that's what I hope I and my colleagues, not me alone, but I hope we accomplish that. And from the looks of you and this book and the podcast and having a child and, all the things, taking care of your family, I'm really proud of you. But I don't want to start crying on that. So not going to go there. So, yeah.
And that's a funny thing for my son, Grady, they, of course, with sickle cell, all of my health conditions and situations, they were very aggressive. Yeah, they were hard on me about, you need to terminate. You need to terminate. And that was my first appointment. I'm like,
wow.
My first appointment was that the doctor came in. She had this strict face. Her face was just, ugh.
Yeah,
she even came in with the harsh energy. And she was like, "You need to terminate." And of course, I'm bursting out crying, all over the place. And then that's when I had that moment with God. He told me, "Kayla Faith, you're gonna be okay." And so literally after that, I said, "There's 3 things you don't ever want to challenge: me, my faith, or my God."
There you go.
I'm gonna go on with this pregnancy. And the day I gave birth, she came in my room and looked me up and down.
No, she didn't. Did she say I'm sorry, or
no?
Of course not.
She walked out. She looked and then walked back out. I said, "And that's what God can do."
Yeah.
He's gonna change the minds of my enemies.
Won't he do it? And he did. So tell me about motherhood.
Oh my goodness. It's amazing. I know that, of course, God brings kids on this earth for a reason, but Kobe has saved my life so many times.
That's so amazing.
He's like, every time I'm like, I'm ready to give up. I'm tired. I'm overwhelmed. My head is just all over the place. I remember I have a life to live for.
Yes, you do.
And so
it's a whole different world, isn't it?
Oh my goodness.
I know.
I was like, he's all over the place, but then I'm like, where would I be without him?
Exactly. Right. And just wait till kindergarten. This is going to be a whole different world. PTAs and all the things, but I'm just really proud that, you were able to have a healthy pregnancy for the most part and a healthy baby. Now, he has trade? Does the dad have anything?
No, he has the trait, thank gosh. So
okay.
he's doing great.
I'm so happy about that. That's good.
He's actually, as an adult, well, not adult, but as a mom, I'm trying to install in him the importance of sickle cell. I said, you don't want to be out here in this world. Like, of course, we haven't had that talk yet, but
no, of course not.
I was like, with you having the trait, you gotta be careful who, when you get older, who you be with. Because he'd be like, Mommy, that's my girlfriend. That's my girl. Every time he's somewhere, that's my girlfriend. That's my girlfriend. I'm like, Kobe, we gotta have these talks. And he's even learning my sickle cell. Like, if he can look at me, so he can look at me and be like, you're having a pain crisis, Mommy. You're hurting.
Really?
You gotta go get the heat pack and some water.
Oh, look at that. You raising him up right. I love it already. So, that's so good.
I do love that, I have the ability to teach him something my grandparents didn't teach my parents.
Right. And I'm going to tell you this, because this is something, with me being African American and me being one of those people way back when they started doing the sickle test, what we were told growing up was either you have sickle trait or you don't. But there are so many traits out there. So, like, if Kobe were to date someone out of his race, let's just say a beautiful white girl who has C trait and doesn't know it because she doesn't go to the doctor because she's not sick, none of the things. If they were to have a baby, they can have a baby with SC. And you'd be like, wait, that's not the plan. How did that happen? And that's a white girl. But I'm saying for us as African Americans, we're not told. So all these friends of yours who may have SC or S beta 0 thalassemia, those parents didn't know they had those. They just knew they didn't have sickle trait. But other traits, and even with you, other traits with your sickle cell disease can create a baby with sickle cell.
Yes.
So y'all just, I'm talking to you as a group. Be careful. Just be careful, and understand. And even if the person says, I don't have sickle trait, and so, well, you know what? Let's just get tested and see if you have any other traits.
Yes.
Because we don't want to have that responsibility if we can avoid it, But I'm glad that Kobe doesn't have anything but traits. So
me too. I was like, I don't think I can handle that.
Yeah, that would be hard. And I've had other patients who have graduated who have had babies with sickle cell. So I have grandpatients is what I call them. You know what I mean? That's crazy because I'm that old. But yeah, anyway, it's all good though. Look at you looking all good.
What has been one of the biggest challenges with being a nurse practitioner with hematology?
Whew. I could name several, but I think for me, especially because I've been there as long as I have, and I'm going to plug in Robin, and remember Miss Robin, because she's still there too. So I call us the GOATs because we're all the greatest of all time. Having younger providers who don't actually know as much as we do, but them sometimes being physicians, it's hard to continue to be collaborative without overstepping your boundaries. So for me, I'll just, I may say, no, that's not what Kayla had. She had moya moya, and I'll just kind of blurt it out. And so I have to walk back and just say, okay, they don't know Kayla. They don't know her disease like I do. They don't know she had a clot in her arm. Like they don't. So I have to just pull back a little bit and not seem so aggressive. So for me, that's probably the biggest challenge. I should have gone to medical school, but I did not. Just having to have patience with my newer providers who are often much younger than me. Yeah. And just give them the grace to learn the patients the way I learned you guys. So yeah, I think that's the biggest. And then just the pace of AMBH is different than Scottish. It's just, we have a lot of stairs and a lot of floors and we walk a lot, and I'm tired when I get home. I'm tired. But again, I have the energy to get up the next day and go back. But yeah, that and 400 because I didn't have to do 400 all the time at Scottish, but now I do to get to North Druid Hills. So have you seen the hospital?
Mm-mm. Right yet.
You need to Google it. You need to go on 85 and just look over to your right if you're going north and go, what in the world? It's like a mega city. It's huge. And it's beautiful. Don't get me wrong. And actually, our carathon is this week. Huh?
I'm gonna have to go up there.
I know. I mean, just to see it. I mean, because some of my family didn't even know where it was. And when I told them, they went, "Oh my goodness, Mom, that's not the king and queen." I'm like, "No, it's not the king and queen. It's different." So, but yeah, just trying to pace myself a little bit better and have patience and grace. I saw something in your book. One of my favorite Bible verses is to let your light so shine before men that they may see your great works and glorify your Father which is in heaven. So I just try to keep that light shining. Yeah. That's all I do. And it's amazing because sometimes I can just walk down the hall. I had this oncology patient the other day, a little African-American girl. She must have been about 12, 13. And I'm not trying to sound, I'm not being boisterous or anything, but I was just walking. I usually don't wear makeup. I usually just have on my glasses, my haircut. And she just was in a wheelchair with another nurse. And she looked up and she went, "You're beautiful." And I thought, okay. But I don't think it was my outer beauty she was talking about. Yeah. I think I have a light.
They're recording again.
Okay. All right. A little technical difficulty, but that's all right. Yeah.
Gotta love it.
I know. Gotta love it. No, I was just saying, I'm just going to let my light keep shining. That's my goal in life. And, hopefully I'll continue to make a difference. If I can help somebody, then my living will not be in vain. And that's what I live by every day, whether it's patients, housekeeping, secretaries, physicians, my nurse practitioner colleagues, my nurses. That's just who I am and what I do. And I will always be that person for sure.
Right? One thing my mom always tells me is if you can touch at least one person. So Miss Tina, you touched me. I'm your one person.
I am so happy about that. And I honestly, I knew, you hold a special place in my heart. Of course, I'm not going to start crying, as many of my patients do. But to know that I made that much of an impact on you, I was actually surprised. And I applaud you for how far you've come. And I thank you for seeing me in that light. So thank you.
Use my
and please, I'm your hospital mama. I get that a lot. And I've been called auntie, all kinds of things, but it's all in love. So we're just going to keep it going. Again, keep going. And what? Keep the what? Keep the what? Thank you, ma'am. Yeah.
How has sickle cell care changed since you started practicing hematology?
Oh, wow. Well, it has changed a lot at the same time, not a lot, if that makes sense. So the one thing that's changed is hydroxyurea. That's almost like a mainstay for most patients with SS, or S beta 0 thal. We'll introduce it to families when kids are babies, like at 9 months. And some will start it right then and there, not wait for complications, just start it so that we can keep that fetal hemoglobin high and that sickle hemoglobin low. So that's one big thing. And the other big thing is curative therapy, which is gene therapy. That was not around like it is now. And so that has been being marketed through AFLAC, still because the FDA approved it for sickle cell. That's a wonderful thing, but it's not affordable for sickle cell. So right now, clinical trials, which I don't know the names of, but we have a few and are trying to recruit patients to, to decide that route. And some are very afraid and just don't want to do it because there is chemotherapy involved. But right now it is basically a cure.
Yes.
And I know patients who have gone through it and are doing very, very well. So I think gene therapy and hydroxyurea, those are the biggest changes, I think. Apheresis is a lot more common. I won't say popular, but it is common. And we have a lot more patients on apheresis than when you were there at Scottish. We have a whole apheresis team and a whole apheresis unit. It's just it's a small little area, maybe 3 or 4 exam rooms, but we have dedicated apheresis nurses. So yeah, so those are some of the big changes, I think. And then the population has exploded. You just have a lot of patients. That's a big thing too. Yeah.
As of Friday of last week, I have 100% decided that I'm going through with gene therapy.
Yes. Okay. So glad. I'm so glad. I
did talk to my hematologist about it, and he did say I would be a candidate for going through the trial. So I'm like, that appointment, my appointment on Thursday was like so much of an eye opener, because I was like, I've been going through it for 27 years.
Yes, I can't believe
going, and I was like, at some point it has to end. And we pray for a miracle, we pray for healing. And I said, I'm over here praying, but there's something out there for me that I might
right. So faith without works is what? It's dead. You gotta work it.
Yes.
Work it. I'm happy. And I wish I knew the names of the different clinical trials, but will it be through Emory or through Grady, or how does that work?
Well, Dr. Fasano wants me to go to the Emory team. So I will have to kind of get, do the consultation and get some more information on it. But most likely through Emory.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm praying for you. And I want you to get through it. You have to grow through it to go through it. So we're going to grow and learn, and we're there for you. And Dr. Fasano Ross knows how to find us if he can let us know. I know HIPAA wise may not be as easy, but if you say it's okay for Ms. Tina to know and you're at Emory, we'll find you.
Oh, I'm calling. I'm calling. Okay. Like, all right. I need you right now.
Okay. Now that's good though, Kayla. I'm so glad you made that decision, and you're an adult enough to make that on your own. You have a child now to think of. So go for it. Did they tell you how long it would take, or?
Not yet. I have to wait till my consultation for more information.
Okay.
So once I meet with them, then I'll kind of know more. But I know, like, for sure, I'm ready to do it. I was like, without the consultation, I'm ready. Even with the chemo part, I was thinking, I was like, I have a child. I
know. Yeah, you have a child. You're blessed with a child. And the chemo, I mean, they have ways of harvesting eggs, and it can work. So, and the chemo is temporary. I know you are.
I'm done having babies.
Okay. Okay. All right.
It's okay. I was like, the chemo part is okay, because
yeah, you're right, and it is temporary. And that's what I tell my patients. It's like, you don't have cancer getting chemo. Yeah. You're not as immunocompromised as a cancer patient. You may be able to just breeze through it. Maybe you'll have some hiccups, but it's not the same, and it's temporary. So I applaud you for doing that. And I understand I don't have sickle cell, but I have 2 babies and I'm done too. It's enough. So this little man, he's gonna keep you running. I'm telling you now. I can see in the pictures, he's gonna keep you running. But that's a good thing. That's a healthy run. We like that.
Yes. And when I say I'm on go all the time.
I bet. You got a boy. I know. Where is he now?
He's actually downstairs working on I give him summer homework, so that way he stays on it for when he goes to school. Everybody, the teachers be like, "Oh, your son be on it. Your son is on it." Like,
that's good.
I don't want him to fall behind.
Yeah, and you understand what falling behind looks like. So
yes,
good for you.
It's funny because I told my family, I said, Kobe cannot miss any days of school, and it's like, why you can't miss it? I said, because I never made perfect attendance.
Right. So this one will, right? That's cute. I love it. I love it.
That's like, he's got to make perfect attendance. I was like, Kayla, you can't make, I'm going to try my best.
I know. And he probably will. He'll be motivated to want to go to school. He seems very energetic. So, yes. Yeah. Well, just keep being a good mama. Raise him right. And I know you got a village, so they'll help you, right?
Yes, they have. They're amazing.
Of course. I know.
What challenges do you often have with patients' parents?
Ooh, that's a really delicate situation. Most of our patients' parents are receptive to our expertise and our recommendations. Mm-hmm. I think one of the biggest challenges is when parents have to work and aren't there and can't be there. So we get it. So we try to call every day, to give updates when we can. Mm-hmm. I think the biggest challenge for me is when we know a patient is ready to go home. We wean them to oxycodone. They haven't had any IV medicines for a day or so, maybe 2 days, just straight oxycodone and ibuprofen, like you would do at home for a day, maybe 2. And then we call the parent and say, I know you're working, but it's time to go home. It's time to be discharged. And for the parent to come in, or for the parent to say, okay. And then they get into the room and they'll say, they're not ready to go. And we're like, yeah, they are. And then we have words because they don't look like they're ready to go. And it's like, well, we don't have anything more to offer at this point. So those are some sticking points sometimes because we're saying to the parent, you haven't been here all day. You haven't seen him at the zone for the last 2 hours. You haven't seen him, running around at the library, playing with the dog. Now he's tired. We get it, but he's ready to go. Yeah. So I think just having parents buy into that, the fact that we're part of the village and we're not the enemy and we're not the ones trying to make your life harder. We're trying to make it easier. Mm-hmm. I think would be a big challenge to overcome. I would love to see that play out where parents understand we're all in this together.
I love that. What advice would you give a parent that has a baby with sickle cell, like just found out?
Oh my goodness. What I normally, often will say is you have a beautiful baby who just happens to have sickle cell. And you got a village sitting here, and we are with you for the long haul. We're with you on this journey, and we're going to make it the best journey we can. And often the parents will say, well, is he going to get sick? And it's like, I don't know. I don't know. It's whatever God allows to happen with your child. And whatever that is, we're going to face it together. And that's pretty much it, because I don't know. And some patients with SS never have a crisis. Some patients with SC have in the hospital all the time. So I don't know, Yes. So just saying that I'm there or we as a Aflac family, we'll say, welcome to the family. And we're there with you for the long haul. So that's the biggest thing. And that's how you guys become family, because we pull you in and make you feel special,
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Looking back, what stands out most about my journey?
Oh my goodness, Kayla. That's a hard one. You've had a journey. I think the strokes are what made me, somewhat afraid for you and somewhat concerned. And, knowing how compliant you were with your transfusions gave me some peace that you were going to be okay. But just knowing that you had, what you had in the moya, it was just concerning, because that's a heavy diagnosis. Yeah. But you and your family have handled it with grace, with such grace. And it's not a death sentence. It's not. But it's a lot. But I applaud you and your family for just taking each step one day at a time, and look at you now. We
couldn't have done it without you. We definitely couldn't have done it.
Stop. Thank you so much. Thank you.
No problem. Last question. What gives you hope for the future for sickle cell care?
A real cure. A real cure. And I always said to anyone who asked me, if the FDA or whoever, Tina Taylor, anybody comes up with a cure tomorrow, Tina's going home. It's the only reason I'm there is for you guys. And until there's a cure, I know somebody said, you're going to end up with a cane and be about 94 working, right? No, I know now my body's saying, no, you really can't do it that long. But my hope is that one day there's a real cure. I mean, this is not a good disease. And I just hate seeing my babies suffer. I really hate it. So when there's a real cure, that's my hope and my dream. And it's going to happen one day. I already know. I claim it now. Just don't know when, but it will happen in this lifetime. Yeah.
From your lips to God's ears.
There you go. Exactly.
Well, thank you so much, Miss Tina.
You're so welcome. And again, I know I keep saying it over and over, but Kayla, keep going. Keep going on your journey with gene therapy. Keep going on your journey as a mother.
Yes,
keep going on your journey and all this entrepreneurial spirit that you have. Keep going on your journey and helping your family because they're going through some things too.
Yes.
Just keep going. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. I definitely will.
And I'm going to be looking at this podcast. You'll have several more followers after I go back to work tomorrow.
Well, thank you. I need it.
Okay. I know. All right. You take it easy, girl.
You too.
All right. And find me when you need me.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
All right. Talk to you later. Love you.
Love you too.
Bye.